let's go to Crazy Clark's and get a tree. Like, all right, let's go get a tray.
What? A tray?
A tray. Hey, a Christmas tray.
All right. Yeah.
We're going to get some baubles and Christmas lights.
You make your family sound so stereotypically Australian.
They aren't, though. That's the thing.
Are they bogan?
No, they aren't, though. I'm just putting on a stereotypical bogan accent.
Why do you do that?
I don't know. Apparently, Roland sounds a lot like me, to the point where his wife called me once, and I picked up the phone. She's like, "What are you doing at John's place?" I'm like, "What? Oh, you... right, sorry."
Welcome to the SaltyCast, episode 31. Today is the 10th of September 2015. I am the host, Diego, and with me is...
Hello, everybody, I'm John!
Hi, John. And Diego. I'm Pengo.
Hi, Pengo! How are you doing today?
I'm feeling awkward
Are you
about
okay?
this overly enthusiastic introduction.
I like how you tape it off there, Diego.
What do you mean?
It sounded like something was wrong with you, like you had a stomachache.
Or you just ran out of breath.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie, I was tempted to usurp your intro.
How?
Like once you said after one, I was going to do the intro, all bright and cheery as well. But then I forgot how you introduced the podcast, so I just let you do it.
What?
Yeah.
How can you forget? It's been 31 episodes.
Because I'm not sure if you say welcome or something else first, and I was trying to listen to the old podcast to figure it out, but then I pressed stop and reset the timer, and I couldn't hold up.
Oh, you're an idiot. Jesus Christ.
I wanted to get it
failed.
accurate at least.
Get it right next week.
It's always welcome, by the way. It's always welcome.
It's always welcome. All right,
Yep.
I'll do it next week.
Welcome to the...
No, don't tell him that you're going to do it next week.
I'm setting up a false sense of security.
So
Do
what
it in
you
2
want
weeks.
to usurp my host privileges so that you can actually yab for good?
Fuck no.
It's just going to be the John podcast from now on then.
No, that's already a thing.
Oh wait, yeah. Speaking about that, are you referring to the journal or not?
No, I was just making a joke, but yeah, I can refer to the journal.
Well, you did mention during the week that you were going to bring John's
Yes.
gaming journal back. So how is
Yeah,
that? Because I haven't heard any of that either.
I was thinking about doing the Apple TV stuff, but that thing turned out to be a massive, big disappointment. So
What did you say was a big disappointment in your journal?
I could.
That
But
could have
then
been
I just remember
material.
Metal Gear Solid 5.
Oh, okay.
Metal
Oh, wait.
Gear
You,
Solid 5, Metal Gear Solid 5, Metal Gear Solid 5, Metal Gear Solid 5.
I haven't heard of this game. What's Metal Gear Solid, did you say?
Yeah, it's Metal Gear Solid 5.
it's about
like Ryan
five
Phantom
cogs.
Pane.
It's about 5 cogs that just spin around and
Oh, okay.
And they're specifically made of metal.
Puzzle
yes.
game.
It's
Okay.
a puzzle. Yeah, it's a puzzle game of sorts.
And one of the cogs went missing, so now the other cogs are feeling the pain.
Phantom Cog.
The phantom cog pain. That sounds...
This sounds like something that could be like a mini 4-panel comic or something.
You know what? Go straight to Tumblr, I'm sure you'll find it.
So
Yeah,
you've
that
been
wouldn't
playing this
surprise
game
me.
as well, Diego.
I have. I
It's-
started 2 days ago? Yeah, I think I
Okay.
started 2 days ago.
So it's
By the
made
way,
by,
we're pushing back that Metal Gear Solid spoiler cast because you're 2 days in and me and Brody are 40 hours in. Well, Brody's finished it, I think.
I mean, whatever happens, happens. We'll see how it goes.
I mean, at some point we can just do it for the end of year game stuff.
So-
Like, we just have spoiler cast on it.
When we do that spoiler cast, is it going to be a Weird Bros show on Metal Gear Solid 5 or how are we going to call it?
That's a good point. What would we call that? Because it can't be a super show, because God knows there's enough super shows on fucking YouTube.
Hey, but that's our thing though. That's
Super-
all the Super Weird Bros are super.
I mean, but we add super to like
Game
all the
stuff.
gaming
Yeah.
stuff, so that like it's a
Super.
reference to like the Super Nintendo and all that.
yes, that was.
But the thing is,
Spoiler
though,
cast. Right.
if it's just super show, do you know how many YouTube shows and streams that have been archived YouTube that are called Super Show Sunday?
No,
Trust me, I've looked. There are a shitload of them.
I was not aware. Okay, then I guess
There
that's
are
out
a
of the
lot
question.
of them.
So
That's why
I guess
that's
maybe
why I
we
didn't
can
wanna
just call it Weird Bros show then.
That's why I didn't want to call the Weirdo show like the Super Show or anything like that, or anything like.
I never
Weird Bros
wanted
in
to
it.
call it that.
Yeah, like that's why I didn't suggest it because I thought Super Show was already over and done with, and it was. So
Diego,
I mean,
you've
super is a very
you-
generic word. You go ahead, Pingo.
You've been playing this game by this pachinko manufacturer. Can you tell us about it? Not,
The what?
Not this game.
The other
Metal
thing you
Gear
said.
Solid, made by a pachinko
Oh,
manufacturer.
God. You really just wanted to bloody get on my nerves, huh?
oh, so just a quick tangent.
Okay.
I was watching Shimoneta 6 and 7, like the
Okay.
most heart wrenching episode so far. And he's in an arcade playing games, and the game he's playing is Silent of the Dead.
Oh,
I was trying to get it back on
God
track.
damn it.
Just tell us about Metal Gear Solid already.
I'm sorry.
You're
Okay,
like
so Metal Gear
several
Solid.
hours in.
Yes, I think I played 5 hours or something. I don't know. Just a few. I've been doing a lot of side missions. I don't want to. The thing is, my mentality is I don't want to miss anything that could be gotten. So I do every side mission, and then after I'm done with all of those, I proceed to do a main mission. However, I think the more side missions I get, I do, the more I get after that. But there has to be a limit, right, John? Like, there's a point where you complete all the side missions that you can get until you can continue a main mission. Is that correct?
There are side missions that are locked behind story progression.
Okay, so I will at some point reach the cap of side missions, and then I will have to continue on with the actual story.
I don't know how many of those there are though, because it got to a certain point where I did so many side missions and I was 10 hours in. I'm like, oh, maybe I should get past the third story mission.
Okay. Then maybe I should do that too. Because
Like, give an idea to do each one of those side missions. So each mission in that game is about an hour long. I'd say, like, depends on the mission.
story
but, like,
missions or side missions?
just on average, like doing a mission for me, like stealthily, not running and being Rambo, like generally to infiltrate, do an objective in a mission or story mission or whatever, usually takes like maybe half an hour to an hour on average.
I would say half an hour, not an hour. Never an hour.
But it's like
Not for a side op. Anyway.
I'm on mission 31, like story mission wise, and I'm 43 hours in, I believe.
Okay.
So there's a lot of things that take a lot of time in that game that are beside the story missions.
But don't these side missions get a bit grindy?
No, like the objectives they give you are generally like the game's fun to play. Like even when it gives you like generic objectives, like capture this sheep. Like generally to find that sheep and to capture it is fun to do because just playing that game is a lot of fun. Like it's a very, very fun game.
I told John before that if the open world aspect of the game feels a lot like Skyrim.
I don't know.
Like, I don't know.
understand that. Like from an environmental standpoint, I get that. But
Yeah, that's what I mean.
yeah.
From an open environmental standpoint, yeah, I felt like I was running around the desert, just going to my next point, and just in that space of time where I was running through the desert, I felt like I was on like an Elder Scrolls game, just because of the open aspect of the whole thing. And funny thing, every time you get up on the horse, it plays skill level up from Skyrim, and I hate it.
It sounds very similar. Yeah, it
It's
doesn't bother me.
like that, like a marching band snare
Yeah,
thing.
I getcha. I think I may have never heard that because as soon as I get off the helicopter, I hop on my horse or whatever I'm doing straight away, and like I still have kids in America playing from my helicopter. So yeah.
I don't play music from my helicopter.
Oh, I love it.
I guess I should. I haven't tried too many things yet.
No, you can do like just finding cassette tapes is a joy to me. I found Rebel Yell the other day, and that made me happy.
I keep forgetting to play them.
You can just set
cassette
them.
tapes.
Yeah, like I don't generally play them while I'm running around. It's usually just set as my helicopter music.
Okay.
You can also set like playlists to play whenever you touch down on a mission or whatever. But generally, I don't do that because I want to hear where the people are coming from.
Yeah.
When you make that comparison to Skyrim, though, there's a big difference in the sense that other than the actual missions themselves, there's not much to do in the open world of Metal Gear Solid 5.
No,
It is.
I
but
mean you
that
can
game is-
roam around getting plants and animals.
But the thing is, like, going from point to point is still really engaging because there's just enough outposts, like, where you have to sneak past or do something like that it breaks up the pace enough.
Yeah,
And you don't
that's
just get
true.
bored. It is...
And who knows, you might find a valuable soldier that you might want to recruit.
Exactly. Like, there's not specific objectives for you to do, but small things that will benefit you or your base that you can just,
Though
mess
I
around
have
with.
found the outposts to get a bit repetitive from time to time because
Mm-hmm.
they tend to have the same layout. It's like the soldiers tend to respawn in the same outposts.
That stuff changes up when, like, you bring up the helmet stuff.
I
Like, the more
did.
you visit different outposts, like, the more stuff they change depending on what you do.
Yeah, so in this one mission where I was getting important VIP, I was just heading on my way to that one point and I saw an outpost and I was just observing the situation, like gathering intel on these soldiers that were posted there.
Hmm.
And then I heard a conversation about the infamous psychotic headhunter or something.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and they were referring to me because I keep doing headshots with the tranquilizer to
Oh, gotcha.
tranquilize them immediately, because if you tranquilize them in any other part of the body, it just takes a bit longer.
It takes
like
a bit
few
longer.
seconds.
And that's generally unreliable because it's like, oh, you don't know exactly when they're going to pass out, and they might pass out in front of like another soldier. And
Exactly.
Make it all moot.
Mm-hmm.
I had a similar experience, but they didn't call me an infamous headhunter. They were just talking about me in a positive way. I was hiding in a bush. Two guards met up and like, hey, did you hear Big Boss is back? It's like, no, really? Who's he going after? Well, that's the thing. He seems to be attacking this like seemingly innocent oil company or whatever. It's like, oh, why is he doing that? Who knows? Let's just hope he's not on that. We're just not against him. And I'm sitting in the bushes like, oh, I have to trank you guys. I don't want to kill you anymore. Like, I feel sad for you guys. Like, they like me. They don't want to be against me.
Like that one, in that same conversation that I mentioned before, they were talking about like he might be aiming at our heads right now. And they said, and I was, and what do you know? I was.
Yeah.
I was with my trank gun, like right to their head. It's like, God damn it, I don't want to do this. I'm
Yeah.
gonna CQC them instead.
Bye, guys.
And so after that, like because I had that reputation of being the headhunter, I went to the next mission area, and I just started to just, oh fuck it, I'm just gonna go Rambo style, and I did. I don't want to.
I don't find that fun.
Well, I did it to add variety because I mean, if I keep doing stealth missions constantly, it's gonna get old at some point. Like I just want to do different approaches because this game has a lot to show you. If you approach it the same way every single time, you're not gonna see everything that it has to offer you. That's the thing.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about this game. There are so many different ways to approach things, and there's
Exactly.
the way you can improvise in that game and how much it encourages experimentation from the player is insane.
And what you told me about Brody
Yeah, like
with the horn thing.
He's playing completely differently, and as a result, his Big Boss looks very, very different to mine. And like he's doing all these other things that I never would have thought of.
Exactly.
It's one of those games where you trade stories about, similar to Bloodborne, where it has like, I don't feel that's used a lot in open world games anymore, but it has the emergent quote unquote gameplay that happens in it. Like moments just seem to pop off, and you don't know what's going to happen. It's just crazy. Though I have gotten to a point in the missions where they start repeating main story missions under different variables.
Okay.
And you know how we're talking about, oh, we need reflex mode and stuff like that. Because it's like we're in an open world and quite literally you can be spotted from any angle.
Yes.
There are now subsistence and extreme missions that I'm seeing. And subsistence missions is more like typical Metal Gear Solid, where you drop down on a site without any equipment other than your arm. And you have on site, you have to pick up all your weapons on site, and you have to remain detected and stuff like that. Like that goes back to typical Metal Gear Solid stuff in the world of
and what is the justification for doing that to you?
I think
like,
it's just a harder version of the mission. They give you like better loot and like better soldiers.
No,
and stuff
yeah,
like
but like when in the mission briefing, do they tell you why you have to go?
No, that's
unarmed?
the thing. Like that's the thing. It is quite literally the same mission name as like one earlier. I've only seen 3 of these so far. But it's like it's the same mission name, but within brackets, subsistence or total stealth or extreme.
Okay.
Which is like, that's kind of a bummer when that's like seen as a main mission, not a side op. But when you go back to that game, it encourages experimentation and asks you to do something very specific. That is actually really rewarding as well.
Well, yeah, because it pushes you outside what you did before, like outside of the comfort zone.
So, for example, the first repeatable mission I saw, I'm pretty sure you've done this. It's the one where you have to eliminate the communications between the Soviets and somebody else. It's like destroy 3 radar dishes. Like small.
I've never done that.
Oh, okay. Well, it's just.
I never bother.
It's not a big. It's a main mission.
Oh, okay.
It's called C2W, and it's like.
Oh, that's the one that I accepted, the last one, but I didn't do it yet.
Yeah.
I accepted it by accident.
It's pretty much
I did
just
the laptop thing.
Yeah, that's like still tutorializing. It's like, oh, if you shut off all these dishes, they can't communicate with each other. And now it's like you're doing this, and now you have to scout out this outpost and sort of find what you need to blow up this thing. Because all I have is an arm. How am I going to blow up dishes with an arm? So as I was going through. No, because I can't supply drop anything. That's the entire thing about the subsistence mission type. It's you have to procure everything on site.
Oh, okay.
So it's like I'm looking through the site and I found that they laid claymores around the base. So I'm like, I'm going to pick up these claymores. But I also saw around the base that every now and then a tank would patrol through, or there were some guys patrolling around with rocket launchers. So
right. So okay, everything is right there. You just got to find it.
You just need to find a way to get it. And the way you do it is still completely up to you. Like my way was I did a mix of doing the claymores because one of the radar dishes is in like the middle of the camp, and I didn't feel confident enough in my stealth abilities to get up there and place a claymore. So what I did was I managed to CQC a guy, get his rocket launcher, and place 2 claymores on 2 radar dishes. Shot the rocket launcher. While they were looking at the rocket, I blew up the other 2 claymores to take out the other dish and just sprinted for it. So it's I don't like the fact of repeating missions with no extra story added to it, but at least it's still fun to do.
Yeah, that's what I've just taken into account with this game overall, is that it has more powerful gameplay than other Metal Gears as far as
Absolutely.
I've seen.
It is the best Metal Gear, like in terms of playing, it is the best Metal Gear game so far.
But it's such a hassle to absorb the story of it.
Yeah.
I still really hate the cassettes.
I think the cassettes are better than the codec, but the problem is there's a lot of huge story beats in the codec, not the codec, in the cassettes that should have been a cutscene.
Yeah, I agree.
And like, same as you.
I wonder why they didn't.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it must have been like a Kiefer thing or a time restraint thing, who knows? But I feel like that, it's same as you, I can't listen to those things while I'm on the field, and I quickly realized that within the first mission or 2. So whenever I listen to cassette tapes, I'm just sitting in a helicopter. And that's kind of sucks.
Yeah, because you're basically idling there just for no reason at all, just because you're listening to that cassette to absorb the information of the game.
I will say, like, even with all of the big story cassette stuff in there, all of the optional stuff that you just see in a codec that would be in other Metal Gear Solid games is still really good. Like, because they highlight the important story cassettes that you should listen to in yellow. Whereas they deem all the ones in white not very important, but they're still, you should listen to them. Yeah. I don't know, that game's I love that game a lot. I really love it a lot, but in terms of story,
it's complicated.
I really like the story in this game still, but the fact that I have to absorb a lot of it
through cassette tapes. The story
is
is good.
Yes.
The way it's presented is questionable.
Yes. Though the weird thing was, I think I told you this, but I am now on chapter 2, quote unquote. So it got to a point where this is spoiler free, don't worry about this, but it got to a point where it felt like the game had an air of like finality around it. Like the music was playing, like big cinematic moments, like big cutscenes, like big fights.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I couldn't get out of my head that there's this news going around that Metal Gear Solid 5 ends on a plot thread unanswered, like completely unanswered, unaddressed. And I couldn't help but think, this can't be the end. This can't be the end. And then they play like in... Yeah, go on,
makes
sorry.
sense, though.
Yeah, and then
the saga continues.
Yeah, exactly. And it does make sense. But from what I've heard, they resolved that plot thread in the Collector's Edition Blu-ray. So, yeah, and from what I heard, that's because they cut it out and they had to make it an animatic. It wasn't in the game.
So am I fucked then? Am I going to have to like watch this on YouTube or whatever?
It's on YouTube, but don't Google that shit yet because who knows?
Well, yeah, no, I will YouTube it once I'm done with the game.
I'd say, yeah, I don't know. Because
the way I have it planned for my approach with the overall game is I'm going to complete it however I feel, however I see fit. I'm not going to worry about story bits at all. Like whatever I get. Whatever I don't get, whatever. Like I'll see it. So once I finish the base game, however I want to finish it, I will look at lore videos later.
Yeah.
It's sort of how I did Bloodborne in a way. It's like, I'm going to complete everything blind. I don't care about lore or whatever. Like I'll see what I can see, and what I can't see, well, I'll find out later once I look at lore videos, and then I'll understand what was going on in the world. That's what I'm going to do with this game. I
can say from the cassette tapes that you obtain in that game, and if you're going to do all the side quest stuff, like you say, you get the cassette tape from that as well. All the cassette tapes you obtain do all that lore stuff for you. It's just that ending.
I might not do all the side ops. Who knows? Maybe I'll get bored of them. But for now, I seem to be pretty. I'm having fun with them.
Yeah.
Overall, so I don't see myself stopping. But who knows? So
the thing is, though, is that I've seen a lot of speculation around the fact that maybe that cut mission might become DLC eventually. Who knows? Because with the way Konami is making, or the way this game got made with its online like microtransaction stuff, I could definitely see that being a thing.
Yeah.
And the way that the missions are structured is as in episode by episode, that is perfect for slotting in another episode of DLC.
Right, yeah.
So I can see that as well. But anyway, so it was going up for this big cinematic moment. 8 minutes of credits. Definitely felt like the end of the game, and I was getting pissed off. I didn't want that to be the end. And then, of course, there was a cutscene after that, like typical Metal Gear style cutscenes after the credits.
Yep.
And then it goes, but this isn't the end. Chapter 2, big letters, and then like a kind of like a season finale roll that you'd see on a TV show. The fact that I just got to Chapter 2 of this game 40 hours in, it made me groan a little bit.
Well, who knows? Maybe there's only 3 chapters.
Maybe. I mean, like, that chapter being 30 missions. So I don't know how long Chapter 2 is.
30, like, main missions?
Yes.
Without counting side ops?
Yes.
Jesus.
That's what I'm saying. I beat 31, like 30, I think it was 29 or 30. And it said Chapter 2 coming soon. And, like, that just means the rest of the rest of missions. Like, it was just doing its season finale, TV, motif, whatever.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, I think this is legit. Like, for me, this is going to be an 80-hour game. Like, I did not expect to say that about a Metal Gear game ever.
Yeah, well, like I said, it has powerful gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, you have only been playing a short time, but what are your thoughts on it? Like, we'll have to do this quick because we were talking about this for like 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah, no, it's overall fun, man. I enjoy everything. I enjoy the fact that I am free to do as I please. If I can just go guns blazing or wait for sandstorms to appear to go guns blazing, because I have done that.
Yeah, I've done that as well.
I think the quickest base that I've captured is like in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like there was a sandstorm, I just ran and wrecked house,
Did you kill them
CQC'd everyone.
Oh, no,
No,
CQC, yeah.
No, I avoid killing as much as possible.
I find it funny. Like, I can't imagine what one guard I miss his reaction to. The sandstorm rolls in, and when the sandstorm goes away, all of his comrades are all knocked out. Like, what the fuck happened? But, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's Metal Gear Phantom Pain. It's good.
Definitely.
Get it. I definitely recommend it. Even if you don't know anything about Metal Gear, just as a gameplay experience, it's a sight to see.
So,
How many stars would you give it, Diego?
5 out of 5.
So I'm going to say this, and I don't know if I can back my own statement yet, but I'm having more fun with this than I did The Witcher 3.
Okay.
And
Story-wise?
Story-wise, I'm torn still. That's the difficult thing. Like, I like the story in the game, it's just the way it's delivered is kind of iffy.
If we take the story presentation into account, I would give it a 4 out of 5. Because I hate it. I hate it that I have to listen to those damn cassettes. I hate it to death.
Can't you listen to them while you're playing the game?
You can, but it's like...
I
Diego
can,
do that.
but when I do that, I only listen to 30% of it.
Yeah.
Because like my mind is somewhere else. I'm playing the game.
Yeah, because
And the story in Metal Gear games, they require your full attention if you want to understand.
Yeah.
And I can't. Like, I did it. Like, in the first mission, I just put on a cassette and just started roaming around. I forgot everything they said.
Yeah.
I could not absorb anything. So, no, it doesn't work for me. Maybe it does work for other people, and that's great. But
Yeah, Brody
for
told
me,
that
I
that's how he
need to
listens
be subjected into the story for me to get it. Or else I'm just not going to get it.
it.
That's my own fault, though. I don't blame them.
For me,
that's a normal storytelling thing, is you show, don't tell. Is generally the preferred way of doing story.
I say there's a con to, like, it's not a con, a pro to the cassette system, and it's that in codecs, codecs were pretty much the precursor to cassette tapes in the Metal Gear series. There was a lot of conversations that were just optional, like a huge amount of it, and the only way you would get them is if you took time out of your day to ring them, and you didn't know what conversation you were going to get. It was just, hey, I'm talking to this person, whatever comes up, and you're surprised by what you get. Thing with cassette tapes, though, is in the codec, once that conversation's gone, you can't get it back unless it's like a repeatable line. It's like, oh, so you want to save Snake, and stuff like that. But otherwise, it's like, oh, there's this ancient Chinese proverb and it's gone. You don't hear it again. Whereas cassette tapes, if you forget something about the story, you can just go back. Oh, where is it? Not Puz. Quiet Entry 3. And it's like, oh, there we go. That's what I wanted to look for. And yeah. That's what I like about it, but
I guess, yeah, it's good as a refresher kind of thing. Like,
and in Metal Gear, you need that shit.
So,
anyway, that's it. Metal Gear Solid 5, get it. Game of the Year contender.
what about you, Pengu? How's
New
Dota?
version of Unity came out, 5.2, and I haven't really looked at it because I've been playing Dota.
So you were in the coding channel without coding?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I may have started to. I've done little bits and pieces. But I need to uninstall Dota again.
Sometimes progress comes in the form of procrastination. Like, as long as you have the idea in the back of your mind, you'll eventually go and just do it, you know? But at least
That's the story of my life.
Yeah. No, I
But
mean, I've had
eventually.
that. I've had that with music, and I've had that with like other like image-based projects as well. Like I start the project, I leave it there. Sometimes I may forget about it for months, but then I'll see the file there again. It's like, oh, I was working on this, and I'll open it back up, and there it is, and I continue just like that.
Yeah.
As long
Yeah,
as you don't
that's
give
a
up
little bit.
on, just never give up. You can like go into a hiatus of sorts, but
Never give up.
Never give up.
yeah.
All right.
Watch that Japanese fisherman video.
So how is Dota anyway?
It's fine. So I think they've moved everyone over to the beta client now. So it's now the only option is to play Reborn. Some people seem to be complaining about it.
Wait, what's?
Well, they've redone the entire engine.
Oh,
Um,
okay. So does it look different?
It looks all the same. I mean, it looks a little bit prettier, and the interface has all been made a bit more shiny.
Interesting.
But it's the same game. And they've added a lot. You can, people can make their own custom modes. There's like a Pudge Wars mode where everyone is Pudge. There's a mode where it's 10 versus 10, which is incredibly chaotic. Although less chaotic than I expected. But yeah, I've mostly been playing ranked and making my MMR slightly less pathetic. But I realized how long it would take, because like, I win 60% of my matches, and to get from 1,000 to 2,000 will still take, what, 4 times? Anyway, a lot of matches.
Man, you're just losing yourself in Dota, huh?
And I need to stop playing it. I should uninstall it again. I don't know why I reinstalled it.
Hey, Pinga,
Yeah,
you should uninstall Dota.
Uninstall Dota right now. Do it
alright.
right now.
Alright.
You
I'm
can,
actually uninstalling it.
good. You can get it back next week, but
And then you
Try
have
to
to wait
resist
12 hours
longer.
to play it because it's going to download
It's
again.
downloaded again. Wait, I haven't uninstalled it yet.
I played some
see,
mobile
look,
games.
while you're like downloading it again and like going through that code.
Ah, that's a good idea.
Ah.
So every time, like, do this. Every time you're done with a game, just uninstall it again. And then when you want to play again, while it's
Right.
downloading, code.
There was a new Dota update. I need to see what it was.
Have you guys ever just sat there and stared at progress bars before?
I'm
Yes,
sure I have.
I've done
The
that.
last time I reinstalled
Yeah.
Dota.
of course.
All right.
I just grab my guitar and just start strumming when I do that.
I did that with
Actually,
Dota
what
the
I've
other night.
started to do while I've been waiting is I gotta like learn Japanese app on my iPad.
Oh yeah, I had that in my phone. Yeah.
I actually downloaded like a dozen of them because they're all terrible.
Of course.
Yeah, they
are. I mean, there's some that are great, but none of them. None of
I
them are
I
complete.
had the loaded one that is meant to help you memorize hiragana and katakana.
Okay, I got one where you sort of draw it with your finger.
Yeah, this one has that too.
That's quite good. This
Yeah.
one is you're a octopus.
Octodad Japanese edition.
Tacos Japanese, I think it's called, as in takoyaki.
Ah.
あなたの名前は何ですか?
Hey,
I want takoyaki.
what was the question? Yeah. So you should get
あなたは
tacos
医者ですか?
Japanese.
No, because
That's
it's not
my-
going to give me takoyaki.
That's my app, man. All right.
Well,
Well,
Give
shall
me
we
a
move
little
on to
octopus.
Super Lightning, or should we not?
Let's do it.
Okay. Okay. I gotta come up with something. Hang on. I don't know, man.
That was pretty punchy. That was good.
Okay.
I don't know.
So
I thought you were going to go to Darude Sandstorm for a second.
Yeah, that's forbidden.
Is it though?
So, Super Lightning News. PSA, there is a save corruption bug in Metal Gear Solid 5. Konami has confirmed the existence of a bug corrupting players' save files. If you want to avoid this, Konami suggests not bringing Quiet into mission numbers 29 and 42. Konami is working on a fix for the issue.
I was super lucky I brought Quiet into 29.
Well, I am not worried because I don't have Quiet.
You will at 29 and 42.
PSA. EA warns players of fake Star Wars Battlefront beta signups. EA community manager Matthew Everett says, "Do not be fooled by fake beta signup sites. Our beta registration will be live on our official site here, starwars.ea.com."
Don't fall for phishing scams, people.
QuakeCon 2016 announced. Takes place August 4 to 7th, 2016.
Dishonored 2, maybe?
WildStar free-to-play launches September 29th. What's WildStar again? I forgot about that game.
Now free to play MMO RPG. Takes place in a sci-fi universe.
Okay.
It was okay.
Persona will have a special stage event at Tokyo Game Show. The event will have several live performances from artists that Persona fans will appreciate, like DJ Waka, Lotus Juice, Yumi Kawamura, and many others. Details on if any Persona 5 news has not been detailed. So
since we only have 3 months left until that game is supposed to come out, well, to the end of the year, I bet we're probably I hope we get our first global release date for Persona, like North America and England and Japan at the same time.
You're not expecting a delay?
That's what I just said was the optimistic answer.
Silent.
Yeah, my optimistic answer is the global release date.
Okay.
My pessimistic answer is that's going to be delayed in English. But like,
yeah, that's
the
pretty
middle,
common.
the middle of the road is, they will get English will get it December like 31st or something, and Japan will get it in like a month.
So how long has it been since a main numbered Persona game?
I think Persona 4 came out on the December 21st, 2008.
2000. Jesus.
I'm gonna find out.
So that's 7 years.
July 10th, 2008.
So that's around 7 years,
Yeah,
give or take.
yeah,
That's a while.
that is a while.
But then again, they really
Milked Persona 4.
Yeah, I was about to say they really did do that. So.
It took a while for them to milk it though. Like, it wasn't until Persona 4 Golden got a lot of people's attention and was the best-selling game on Vita for about a year and a half. They're like, oh right, people like this. So,
Have you played any Persona games, Pengo?
Nope.
don't.
What?
Why?
I don't want him to criticize it and make me feel bad.
I don't criticize.
Oh, right,
everything
yeah.
that you like.
All right, no, that's true though, because he doesn't like RPGs. That's right.
I'll play a rhythm. That's a rhythm Persona game. I'll play that.
Yeah, play that one.
Dance All Night
Yeah.
one? Is that the one?
Yes, that's coming out
Okay.
in 3 weeks.
Are you hype?
Yeah, I pre-ordered the collector's edition.
Jesus Christ.
Nice.
It's got the soundtrack, okay?
Okay, yeah, I can't blame you. Atlas does have impeccable music when it comes to Persona.
Yeah.
I would listen to the music just out by itself. Like,
Yeah.
it's really good.
The music is really good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Akira Yamaoka is doing a disco remix of
Oh, really?
I can't remember. Yeah, remember we found it in the trailer. I can't remember what song it is. I think it might be Burn My Dread, but he's doing a disco remix of one of the Sona songs, and I find that ridiculous. So I had to
Funny how the Silent Hill composer is doing
exactly.
a nice poppy song.
That's why I want to hear it.
Anyway, let's move on. Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. Oh, Horizon? Is it Arisen or Arisen? Okay. Coming to PC January 1st, 2016. Costs $29.99 USD.
Hey, Capcom living up to their. We're just going to re-release games for several years now.
Well, that was their business plan, right?
Yeah, that's one of their core pillars, quote unquote.
Good luck.
Dragon Dogma's good. I hope people like really buy that game on the PC and support it because I want number 2 to come out here. Well, when it's announced. Actually, heads up, if you guys really like J-Rock, look up the original Dragon's Dogma opening. It is fantastic. All I have to say on that.
Okay, then. New Need for Speed trailer shows the 5 ways to play.
That game still looks super pretty, but that weird drift camera is still there.
Yeah, I'm not interested until they get rid of it completely. I don't want that camera at all.
It was weird because I thought they fixed it, but half of that trailer is them playing in cockpit view or like bumper view,
Oh, yeah.
so you don't see it, and then
Yeah.
you see it
Yeah,
like, oh, it's still there.
I was pretty sure. Like when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, that's just for cinematic effect." But
It is,
made its way in.
yeah.
Who
It
thought
is-
of that? Oh,
It
my
is
God.
a really pretty looking game, though.
Yeah, I think the main thing was like that's supposed to be the drift cam, and one of the 5 ways to play is like through style, so you're supposed to drift a lot, and they want to make it look cool. But the thing is, though, it's very disorientating and kind of blocks where you.
I can
kind of blocks
see
your
a
view.
lot of people just getting sick from that camera.
Yeah, like,
just motion sickness.
I kind of want to play that game in bumper view because that looked really good when they were doing that.
And I was never a fan of Need for Speed games, though, to be honest.
I'm a big fan of Need for Speed.
I remember the one on PS1. I think it was Need for Speed 4 or 3.
3, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember that one fondly, but I could never beat it because it was way too hard for me.
Hot Pursuit was my big one because it had helicopters that drops like shit in front of you, and I thought that was super cool. Like,
I had
deploying
played a really
spikes.
ridiculously early Need for Speed on PC, which may have been in EGA or something ridiculous. I don't know. I don't remember. But it was pretty terrible. But it was a very, very long time ago.
Yeah, I hope they do it right because this is supposed to be a reboot, quote unquote, of a Need for Speed game.
Right. Yeah, well, I mean, let's hope they do it right.
First reboot ever.
Long-awaited Batman Arkham Knight PC patch released. Fixes major issues. Yeah, major. More patches to come. Here are the issues fixed in the latest patch. Reduced frame rate hitches. Optimizations for system memory and VRAM usage. Improved performance on all GPUs. Requires the latest drivers, obviously. More comprehensive in-game settings. Fixed low-resolution texture bugs. And fixed hitches when running on mechanical hard drives. Okay, that's quite a few.
That's the core stuff that need to be fixed.
Warner Brothers wants to solve these issues in future updates, adding support for SLI and Crossfire, adding support for the latest DLC and Season Pass content, adding support for additional updates such as photo mode, continued improvements and bug fixing for Windows 7 specific memory issue that occurs on configurations with 8GB of system RAM and more, and some NVIDIA GPUs during extended gameplay. Continued improvements for Windows 10 specific issues and on system with some AMD GPUs. Arkham Knight is still not available on Steam Store. That's good, at least.
So if you still own that game, you might be able to play it now.
I saw a friend on my Steam list actually launch it.
I guess that patch came out.
I wonder. I'm gonna have to ask him how it ran.
Yeah. I mean, like, I guess they fixed the crashing issues in previous patches. It's like, yeah, I guess they finally got it out. Hooray.
Yeah. But I mean, hopefully they'll fix everything else soon because that was a catastrophe.
Yeah, I don't know why they released it in that state.
Well, they're getting there.
I still don't understand how you can actually give the green on something like that.
Yeah.
It's quite obvious. Like, I'm sure they knew what they were doing,
Well,
right?
yeah, reports came out that like QA testers said that game's been like that for almost a year on PC.
Jesus
Like
Christ.
that was they were known issues for a long time. So
What do they expect of consumers? Like, did they actually think we would turn a blind eye?
it was a
Is
weird
that it?
thing because like PC gaming's come so far in these past few years, and then Warner Bros. Releases this shit and just like, yeah, maybe you should buy the console version.
So stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway, Bethesda announced a season pass for Fallout 4. DLC coming in 2016. Costs $30.
No surprise.
US?
Yeah,
Oh,
US.
okay. $30. So that's like what, 37 or something?
Something like that. Probably
Yeah.
probably 49 or something for us. Not a surprise. Fallout 3 and New Vegas had like 5 expansion packs. Same thing's gonna happen here, I imagine.
Mm-hmm. Mika can 2-hit KO opponents if the opponent does nothing for 18 seconds. This is obviously Street Fighter 5.
So
And Mika is obviously that new wrestler lady with the blonde hair.
So yeah, since you haven't watched the video, pretty much her V skill, one of her V skill is she can pull out a microphone and start cutting a wrestling promo, which is just hyping up like how good she is and how bad the opponent is. Like when wrestlers talk shit into a microphone.
Yeah.
And when you fully charge that up, which is 18 seconds, her throws and special moves do increase damage. And it's not verified yet because this was at PAX and Armika hasn't been available to the public, I think, yet, other than PAX. But the person punched first and then did a grapple, but the grapple did 80% damage and killed her. So
Jesus.
yeah, so we don't know if it does more than 80% or not, but she can still 2-hit KO people.
Yeah, but
If
then
they can
again,
pull that off.
it's not exactly useful though. I mean, 18 seconds of just not moving.
Yeah, I can
But
imagine.
if you're playing a pub match, it's often, you have to quickly do something, or you sort of, you're not. If someone's not attacking, you might not attack straight away, and you just be like, oh, whatever, yeah, do your little fancy moves.
So I have this fantasy Evo moment in my head where someone's like, all right, I'll let you charge it up for 18 seconds. Bring it. I'll still beat you. And then they wipe the floor with them. I want that to happen so bad. I really want that to happen.
That makes me
I
think
don't
of that one time when the dudes
anyone would do that.
took off their shirts.
Oh, yeah. That was so good.
And then he got romped.
Oh,
painful.
man. I mean, that's pretty much what happened to Washige in the Guilty Gear finals. He got up before the game was over.
Mm.
Didn't you see that?
No, I can't remember.
He won the round, got up and started cheering because he thought he won the match.
Oh, yes, I do remember now. Yes.
Poor dude.
That's so
and
stupid.
by the time he got back, it was already too late.
Yeah.
The fact that you can demolish somebody that quickly, it's ridiculous.
I mean, yeah, combos, man.
Yeah.
I don't know any of them, though.
Guilty Gear is nuts. So
343 Industries executive producer Josh Holmes reveals that Halo 5 won't have the veto system. Responding to a fan on Twitter, Holmes revealed that Halo 5 will have a straight map rotation instead.
So the veto system is just a map voting system for what maps people choose.
Oh, okay.
That sucks. Because if a map sucks and the community overwhelmingly agrees that this map sucks, you can't skip it.
Yeah, but I mean, if everyone wants it, it's just like a democratic way of choosing, isn't it?
Oh, that's the thing with veto. Like that, if those maps were generally considered bad, they would always be skipped. And trust me, there have been some really bad Halo maps that people always skipped. So,
Okay.
I don't know, who knows? It sucks, but hopefully these maps are good.
Castle Crashers Remastered coming to Xbox One on the 9th of September for North America. The game will cost $15 USD, but will be free for players who bought it on Xbox 360 until the 20th of September. Then the price will rise to $5. It will include better textures, matchmaking improvements, performance updates, and a new minigame called Back Off Barbarian. The Behemoth has also announced that the original Castle Crashers without the update will be available on Xbox One through backwards compatibility. However, there were no details on when that is happening.
Cool. I mean, I tried to check the Xbox One store in Australia to see if we had it yet, and we don't, so.
Okay.
Whatever, Castle Crashers are cool.
PewDiePie is the first YouTube user to reach 10 billion views. Congratulations, Felix Joberg.
So yeah, I actually learned how to say his name because of this. It's Kjellberg. Like,
Kjellberg, yeah.
Not
Not Kjell?
no, Kjell.
Kjellberg,
Kjell.
all right.
Kind of like Mo Yang.
Felix
Yeah. I find it funny the week before we were talking about it, we have to talk about news about him. Well, don't
I know,
have to, but
man, it's simulation.
yeah, Matrix.
Yep. Amazon lists Minecraft story mode release date coming October 27th in North America, 30th in the UK. According to the Amazon description, the physical versions of the game will contain the first episode and grants access to 4 more episodes as they become available.
I hate that.
Why?
Because it's gotten to the point now where they are releasing like the episodic games. Like, I don't mind when episodic games are released physically when they include all the episodes.
Yep.
Because there are still a lot of people that like those games that can't download them at all. So when you're only giving the first episode on a disc, kind of sucks.
Yeah, I agree.
So, and if it's also like, oh, we have a physical version, it's sold this much. Now we're going to sell the complete edition. Like, come on, man, stop. Just stop.
And you can tell that might happen.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, well, I mean, economy, you got to make that money.
I probably going to get this Minecraft story mode thing because I want to see what they do with it.
True. Who knows? I don't expect great things from that.
Yeah.
Bandai Namco trademarks Slashy Souls, Thousand Storm, and Burning Blood. They are trademarks. Who knows if anything will come out of it? Though it is worth noting that Hidetaka Miyazaki said in an interview with GameSpot at Gamescom that he was planning to launch several new projects. Oh, so here it is, like the whole trying to do other things as well as Dark Souls and Bloodborne, huh?
Yeah, and who knows?
And
Maybe they
Pac-Man.
thought of some chibi version of of the Souls games to put on.
Oh,
mobile
because of
phones,
Slashy
so they call it
Souls.
Slashy Souls.
I mean, it does have like a cutesy ring to it,
it
huh?
does, yeah. So who knows?
Square Enix employees LinkedIn page reveals Kingdom Hearts 2.9 for PS3 and PS4. According to Kingdom Hearts 13, is that the name of the...
It's just called Cage 13. It's like a Kingdom Hearts fan site.
Yeah, the LinkedIn profile showed that the employee worked on the game for 10 months where they oversaw game idea planning and documentation and boss planning.
So if that's friggin' a merger of 1.5 and 2.5 remix merged into one game for the PS4, I'm going to lose my shit.
Why?
Because if they're releasing it for PS3 as well, they're just selling the same game quite literally another time in another package. It's getting fucking ridiculous. And if this pack, God damn it, if this package doesn't have Dream Drop Distance, the one Kingdom Hearts game they didn't put in the collection of every other Kingdom Hearts game, it's gonna suck even more. God damn it.
John is passionate about this.
I like Kingdom Hearts, but god damn it, if people want to absorb the story, you need to own like every console known to man. It was ridiculous.
That's how it's become nowadays, huh?
Hey,
Like so many games, they start in one console, then they move on to another one, and they expect you to own every single console, to be a complete gaming enthusiast with lots of money, of course, to experience everything that there is to experience with a franchise.
I'm honestly lucky to have
kinda
all
sucky,
the
really.
consoles I have. Like,
Like, I mean, Metal Gear before. I mean, some even came on PSP.
yeah.
A lot of people did not have a PSP.
Not as bad as Kingdom Hearts though.
True.
Oh man. Let's put it on the DS, then the phone, then the 3DS. And how about the PSP for good measure? Can stop?
Did you see the thing about Metal Gear Legacy coming on Steam? And everyone's like, oh my god, they're bringing all the old Metal Gears.
No,
to
that's
PC.
short film thing, yeah.
And it's some
That's the
short
exact
film
same thing.
thing.
That's the exact same thing I thought. I saw it on Steam, like, oh, they're bringing the Legacy Collection, because I own that on PS3. And like, nope, it's just a documentary. Diego, that thing might be worth watching for you when it's out, though.
Okay.
Because it is pretty much a documentary of like how the trailers and like the history of presenting Metal Gear to the press and to the public, and like how people like received all that shit. So it might be an interesting watch.
Okay,
to
yeah,
sort of
that
absorb
sounds good.
that like zeitgeist, I guess.
I mean, God knows the nuclear made an impact on us.
God damn it, dude. Yeah. That song's still good.
Yeah.
Still good.
First Witcher 3 expansion, Hearts of Stone, will launch on the 13th of October. CD Projekt Red has also revealed that the expansion will get a limited physical release that will include both a monster deck and a Squirtle
Yep.
deck for you to play with. The content in Hearts of Stone is designed for level 30 plus players, but can be accessed if you haven't completed the main story. What is wrong?
Nothing.
Okay. Xbox One version of Elite Dangerous coming October 6th. Voting for Press Play's next game has ended. Project Knoxville is the winner. Congrats. That's the one that we all liked.
Yeah, it's a Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Quite literally the Hunger Games survival game.
The team-based Hunger Games.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
Yeah.
Update: if you want the physical Gwent cards, it's still not sold out.
Oh, is that why you groaned?
Yeah.
Because you might have to get it.
Not buying it. No.
You're not buying it,
No.
so you've made the decision. You're not gonna buy
I'm
it.
not going to buy it. I'm going to wait till
Well-
it sells out and then regret it.
I've done that
It's
with like buying anime statues,
yeah.
and I always end up regretting it.
It's a valid tactic, man. Just wallow in your own regret for a little while and you save money.
True. Report.
Felix
Okay.
Bappadep?
Yep. God damn it, John! I wasn't expecting that. For God's sakes. All right. Reports claim that a Mega Man movie is in development at 20th Century Fox. According to the tracking board, Chernin
Yeah.
Entertainment, David Reddy, and Michael Fenfer are overseeing the project. Peter Chernin,
Just an FYI. Peter Sharon or Sharon, however you want to pronounce his name. He's the dude that runs Crunchyroll. Turns out he's a movie
Oh.
producer.
Damn. All right. So yeah, that dude is producing, while Mike Ireland and Ryan Horrigan are overseeing for Fox.
David Reddy, Michael Fifnir, and Peter Sharon. They oversaw the Fifnir, whatever. They all oversaw the recent Planet of the Apes reboot movies, so they have some like credit to their name. Who knows if this will ever happen? Video game movies get freaking optioned all the time.
That ape movie was good. I enjoyed it.
I haven't seen them.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to
Yeah,
see
the
Pixels
first
though.
one was good.
That is in Dolby right now, and I have a feeling I'm going to regret it.
I think you will too, although I have not seen it.
CD Projekt Red reveals The Witcher 3 financial statistics. The company CEO Adam Kaczynski revealed that the game's total budget, which includes marketing costs, totaled at around 81 million USD over the 3.5 years the game was in development for. For comparison, reports claim that GTA 5 costs 265 million, and a more recent example being Metal Gear Solid 5, accordingly costing 200 million. A total of 240 in-house staff worked on The Witcher 3, while 1,500 people in all around the world were involved in the game's production. CD Projekt made a profit of 62.5 million during their last financial period, most of which coming from The Witcher 3.
Yeah. Apparently, like
So many millions.
including all of the different voice actors, like that worked for different languages. Apparently, over 500 voice actors worked on that game
Jesus, that's a
Wow.
lot.
because I think they support something like 50 languages or something like that, and 7 which are fully voice acted or something.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's a lot of shit that got in the way, or something like that. I can't remember the exact statistics, but I remember 500
is-
voice actors being involved with the game.
That is impressive number.
Yeah, that game's real good.
And for a full circle, Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain tops UK sales charts. 72% of which went to the PS4 version. And of course it did. I mean, come on now.
So-
it was obvious that it was going to happen.
I just remembered I forgot to write out the rest of the story.
Mm-hmm.
About 20% of that went to the Xbox One, and the remaining percent went to the PC.
Oh, really?
Wow. I didn't know PC was
Something like that. I can't
unpopular.
remember, but yeah, it was something like that.
Hmm.
That is
I am a
accordingly.
part
can't
of that
remember the exact
percentage.
statistics.
I'm
Yeah,
a part of
You're,
the
you're playing on
statistics.
PS4?
Yeah.
congratulations, you.
I earned
mainstream person.
72%. Yeah, it's PS4.
Hey man,
Well, if they have their sales charts next year, then maybe I'll be part of the PC part when I get a new video card.
you should really play that game, Pingo. I want to hear your opinions on it.
Yeah.
By the way,
really- I'm interested.
I've heard the opinion that if you can run Ground Zeroes on your machine, you could run Phantom Pain.
Yeah, I mean they're the same engine. Like,
Hmm.
Because I could run Ground Zeroes on my PC just fine.
I do kind of want to play it like at sort of high quality.
That game's very
True.
beautiful. It's very beautiful.
It is.
Yeah.
Like specifically, so the second area in the game is Africa. So there's like a lot of swampy marshes, and like crawling through the marshes.
not
and,
there yet.
And of course, you won't be there for a while. And sorry, like Africa's been shown in gameplay trailers. You know it was there. But like crawling through the marshes, you see how far the ripples go out. That game is very pretty.
So nice water.
Yeah, very nice water.
Anyway, that was the lightning news strike.
Pretty water test passed.
Oh, yeah. Pretty water test.
Though
Actually, Ground Zeroes had that too.
yeah,
in
Ground Zeroes-
abundance.
Yeah. Like you, I
It was
think
raining all the time.
actually, I think Pingo, or one of you said it, it's like a lot of games have pretty
Mhm.
water now. It's just a tool that's available generally to everybody.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh.
Yeah, that was me.
The AAA games seem to do it better. I mean,
Yeah, of
you
course.
look on Unity and there's like, you can download a package for developers for nice looking water.
Yeah.
But you look at a AAA game.
Mellow
it's
has
like,
pretty water
they-
now.
I
they do it a
mean,
bit better.
even Minecraft, like, water looks nice if you pull the
shaders
correct shaders. Yeah. It looks very, very nice. But then again, I'm not sure if that's because it looks nice by itself or because it looks nice in comparison to the original texture.
That reminds me, like, I forget what the mod's called, but it happened in GTA 4 as well. But people keep on releasing, like, higher fidelity mods for GTA. And they
Okay.
made one for GTA 5, and apparently it looks jaw dropping. I'm like, I should really get around to seeing that.
I mean, yeah, you could probably run it. So,
Yeah, but I've already beaten GTA 5. Ugh.
well, we are still due to doing that multiplayer session. At least, I mean, we should do at least one. Come on now, at least one.
Yeah. Honestly, at
See-
this point, I'm
see
more
how it
excited about
goes.
Goku and Trunks.
Oh, it's Dragon Ball Xenoverse, right?
Yeah, because I find that game more fun than GTA Online.
We should go on Dragon Ball Xenoverse too. I haven't installed. I even made
I
my
don't,
character.
because I'm
and
on
shit.
Windows 10. I need to download it again.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll wait for you then.
Okay.
And me and you, Pengu, we're gonna play Neo Aquarium.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot
do
that
it
other
right
day. Well, you want to do it after the podcast? We can do it. Wait, hang on. It's too late.
Oh,
It's gonna be
it's not
loud.
Too late. Yeah.
It's gonna be loud. Yeah, we'll do it tomorrow. Remind me
Alright.
that if I forget.
All
Though.
right. Let's do it.
All right. Yeah, that was the lightning strike. Do we have correspondence?
We do.
correspondence.
What was with the high note at the start?
I was happy.
Are you
It
really?
was like happy.
This is Are You Okay Day after all. Are you okay?
I am okay.
That's good.
I am not okay.
And if you guys want to email us if we're okay, you want to ask if we're okay, email us at gmail@saltycast.com. That is
I always
email
forget to
address.
repeat it.
Or
Yeah,
you can
Gmail.
DM us at Twitter, @SuperWeird. That works too.
Or Facebook.
Or Facebook.
Super Weird Bros Facebook.
Or, yeah, whatever.
And might as well like the page too. Why not? Hey,
You people are smart. You can contact us. So we have another weekly email from Cosma.
Hey, the
Hey, Cosmo.
skunk people.
Felix Pepper.
Beepity
He's
boopity.
only a skunk person. He's not a skunk people.
Yeah, get your plurals right.
Hi, Cosmo.
Check your privilege. Oh God, I feel
I
filthy.
will.
Yeah,
I will.
pluralize.
I will kick your
I feel
ass.
filthy.
I will kick your ass. Even if you have to, it's like stand on a stool. I will kick your
Dude, I'm
ass.
sitting down right now. You'll be able to
Okay.
kick my ass plenty fine.
Jesus Christ.
Good evening,
Anyway.
Salty Cast. At the time of this
Cosmo,
email.
relieve us from this.
Well, actually, it is the evening, so good timing, Cosmo.
Right now, let's set the time, huh? So it is 10:06 p.m. for me.
Yep, same here.
Okay. Still no time differences.
Hello, Saltycast guys. A skunk is here to change your lives with thoughts and questions and musings. My name's Cosmo, and how are you?
Oh my god! Like Cosmo's
He's getting real
email
elaborate with this
beginnings
shit.
are really
I'm a
good.
bit jealous. We don't have intros that good.
What are you
Mate.
talking about, mate?
Our intros are
Beginning-
music based.
No, I mean at the start
They
of
could
the
be a podcast
it's
all
like,
of their own. Wink,
I'm just
wink,
like, "Hi, I'm
nudge,
Bingo."
nudge.
All right.
Well, was that a little much? So his first question is, which is following up from last week's Bleach questions, what Zanpakuto toe power would we want? And I don't know. I do.
Is that a type of chocolate?
Yes.
It's a special sword in the Bleach universe. It's basically tied to your soul kind of thing. So
Well, sounds painful.
the power of the sword depends on your own soul's personality, I suppose.
Oh, my sword's power is going to be lazy as fuck. I don't know. I really don't know what kind of power I'd want. I can't really think of any.
I want one where I can summon copies of said sword.
Mine would kind of just fall into the Renjiabara thing again with the snake sword, but it would have
Oh,
a
yeah.
hand at the end of it. So that way I could just do shit from my room. Jesus
Can I just have a sword made from chocolate?
I mean, you could turn your sword into chocolate and it could regrow.
Sounds perfect.
And then if you activate your Bankai, which is a different thing, you could turn your chocolate into mist and then make deadly chocolate, which you can eat.
All right, let's not talk about the process of digesting chocolate. Let's just talk about the eating part.
What? Okay.
I don't. What? When did he go into the?
What
digesting
is
chocolate?
your dream video to make? What? I don't know.
What did he literally ask that?
What is your dream video to make? I don't know. I never really thought about this. Like, we always throw around ideas, but we never had a dream video, so to speak.
One where we're all in the same room playing the same game together.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
That would be pretty sick.
Yeah.
Or recording all in a nicely set podcast. You know, like the one that T Girl drew for us, but in real life and with all of us in a room
would,
like that talking.
So that
That would be so sick.
that's
I
actually
would love
related
that.
to one of his questions coming up.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, we'll continue with that. So dream video, like honestly, I would love to have some kind of local LAN tournament between us and be able to record it.
Like any video where the Super Weird Bros are actually all in the same room. That would be cool, man.
Maybe all of us playing Mario Party.
Yeah,
about
just any
all
kind
of
of
us-
social experience with the team. That would be cool.
Or
But in the same room, obviously.
actually outside and not in a room.
You know what? How
That
about
would be pretty
just a
crazy.
vlog of me going to Aji-san? That's my dream video.
Well, you know what? If it's in the,
That's doable.
It
I mean,
is.
if we gather up the group and we go somewhere, yeah, I'm totally down with making a video like that too. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, that'd be
I
cool.
want to go to Ajisen.
The reason I don't go outside often is because I don't have no one to go outside with. It's boring outside.
It is boring outside.
I have my cat.
Cats run away. Anyway, yeah, that's my dream video to make. Just any kind of dorky thing with the team. That'd be cool.
I guess like we really don't think of dream videos to make.
In
We always
person,
just
though.
think of videos that we can make right now because that's the idea we think of. Next question. My phone died. Okay, there it is.
Okay.
I'd like to make a documentary
The
about
salt.
the
Dope. Sorry.
punk scene in. No, never mind.
Okay.
They're gone.
Thanks for your answer, Finger. The Saltycast is teleported to a fantasy world. What fantasy type character do you become? Personally, I've always loved being a rogue, plus free smokescreen being a skunk. I suppose that's creative thinking. I don't know. What type of fantasy character would I be?
What kind of fantasy world are we in?
I think we'll go to a typical fantasy world. Like, he's straight up suggests rogue, so your typical fantasy classes.
Oh, like medieval style.
Yeah, sure, why not? I don't know. I'm certainly not fit enough to be a warrior of some kind.
This is fantasy. You can be whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's just fantasy.
Hmm.
What would you want to be? Is the more important question.
That's the thing. I don't like picking up heavy things, so being a giant sword-wielding warrior is out of the question. Throwing shit's kind of
Fantasy.
fun.
You can enjoy doing it.
Throwing shit's kind of fun. And I can throw daggers, so I'd go rogue as
Okay.
well.
Hmm.
I'm torn.
I've always... That being said, in games I like being nimble, but I also like mages, so I'm torn on that.
I don't know. Maybe I would go for. I think I would go for something like a spell knight or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not very strong in terms of physical ability, but I imbue myself with spells to make it stronger, to make up for that lack of physical ability. I don't know, something like that. I just really like spell knights. The thing is, it's kind of a cop out answer though.
Yeah.
Because I can't pick between a warrior or a mage.
I mean, it's a fantasy world.
And
Like, quite
because I
literally
like
choose-
both.
What would you want to be, quite literally?
Yeah, just a spell knight.
I'm just not creative.
I'll go with a lich because I'm also not creative, so I'll just go with a character I started playing recently in Dota.
I'm gonna go.
Ah,
I'm gonna go with
undead
I'm gonna go with the
thing.
fantasy stereotype. Uninstall Dota.
I haven't done that yet.
What?
What are you talking about? That's my fantasy types. You can't get to do my fantasy stereotype.
Well,
Um,
you don't have Dota installed, so how
I'll
can
be a
you
red
install it?
mage. How's that?
there you go. Yeah, Final Fantasy stuff. Okay, sure. I'll be a monk. Punching things sounds easy.
Okay.
Oh god damn it.
Yeah,
Talk about a good
local
follow up.
content.
Good follow up. What Square Enix character deserves their own solo game? I want a good Vincent Valentine game, god damn it. Cosmo, I've got an answer for you, buddy. There is a good Vincent Valentine game. It's called Dirge of Cerberus.
Yeah, they're right. Yeah, you're right.
I'm joking. Actually, I'm not a big fan of that game. I enjoyed it at the time, but its story stuff lacks.
Oh, that's a very good question.
Sephiroth.
That would be good. How he it would be cool to see how he attained his legendary status. Like before
I
he
think just him hanging around
before he turns
doing
evil.
Stuff he does.
A character action game where you play as Sephiroth. Don't need to worry about combos because you hit anything anyway because you have a long ass sword.
Yeah.
Easy mode character action game. It's a good question. I really want to say Cecil from the earlier Final Fantasy games. Or Kefka. I want to see more of Kefka. Not Cloud, because Cloud's getting another game of his own.
Cloud already has his own game.
Exactly.
We already know enough of Cloud.
Yeah, we do know enough of Cloud.
How about a game just for Cloud's sword?
That's already been done as well.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's called Before Crisis.
It really is a really good question, and I have no idea how to answer it properly.
Because, like, that game...
How about one for Sabin from Final Fantasy VI?
Yeah! I can be down with that.
How he became the master monk that he is, like bloody suplexing trains.
I was about to say suplex the train. God damn it.
That's how strong he is. Yeah, okay.
I don't like how we're sticking to Final Fantasy characters though. Is
Well,
Soul
yeah, that's the
Reaver?
question, though.
No, he said Square
What was the
Enix.
question? Square Enix.
Square Enix.
Oh.
Is Soul Reaver Square Enix? Because
I'll take a game about King Mickey.
King Mickey.
How
Diego, I have
about
an answer for you. It's called Kingdom Hearts 3.
How about that woman from
We don't
Tomb
know that
Raider?
yet.
Does she have any solo games?
Huh?
You mean Lara Croft? As in,
Yeah,
on my
her.
phone, the newest game, Lara Croft Go, which is actually pretty good, by the way.
What about
Yeah.
Agent 47?
He's getting a game. I'm going to quickly check Soul Reaver. Soul Reaver.
What about old Lara? I want old Lara back. But with better graphics.
Fuck, that's not Square Enix. Oh, I know. I want another Chrono game.
I want PS1 Lara up-resed to today's standards, and I want that to be a skin for a new Tomb Raider. That would be excellentissimo. Yes.
I'm going to say a new Chrono Trigger game. I would love to see a
just-
sequel to Chrono Trigger that is not Chrono Cross.
Thomas Tank Engine.
Choo choo, motherfucker. Where is Pengo on JoJo? Obviously, I'm a big
Right.
fan. And I'd like to
I've been
share
playing-
things I love with people I like.
I've been playing Dota. I haven't watched any JoJo.
Not saying that I'm in love with Pengo or something creepy, because he's just cool. Aw.
Oh.
Oh.
Alright, I'll watch some more JoJo for you. As soon as I uninstall Dota.
I thought you did already. You were uninstalling it before.
This is like the third time I
I've
moved
still got
to
the dialogue box up.
Oh.
We need to have an intervention for you, good sir. Alright, so here's that follow-up question from before I was saying about when will we get a true Saltycast video episode?
When we're all in the same room? Or I guess we could.
That depends
record
on
The
separately.
John.
three of us is easier because I'm the one that's out in the country. I'm the country bumpkin here. I'm the issue.
We can all just record separately and you can send an SD
I
card
mean-
because your internet's so terrible.
I have a webcam now, and Diego has a webcam
now too.
But if we did a video episode, I wouldn't want it to do just our faces via webcam because that is shitty.
Hmm.
I'd actually like to do us all in the one location.
Doesn't the co-optional podcast do that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the content of the co-optional podcast. I don't like the layout.
Hmm.
And also, we just spent hundreds of dollars on sick new art. You really think I want to sub that out for fucking webcams?
We can use all of the above, like just show our faces while we're talking and then switch to art and then switch to.
Yeah,
Like,
because that's going to be
doing what
really
we're
easy
talking
to
about.
edit.
Well, we just do one episode for Christmas.
We could do that for Christmas.
I suppose.
I think probably the most like foreseeable time frame for actual a true video episode, if we can get it running, is maybe October next year. It depends on like what happens to the channel. Like if for some reason we blow up, which hey, wherever fucking fate takes us, whatever fucking happens, like that might happen sooner or later. But like the most foreseeable one is definitely October for PAX next year.
You're not going to PAX this year?
No, I can't afford it.
Oh.
Otherwise, I'd be down there. I'd be saying, "Let's go to Ajisen, bitches."
He bought
Just
too many.
drive-
He
just
bought too much junk, and now he doesn't have money.
Just drive down. Just get in your car.
Yeah,
Easy
stay
for you
quiet.
to say that.
Yeah, it is, because you're the one
How
who
about you
stopped
drive to
driving.
Dolby? We have cool shit too, you know.
I don't have a car.
We have an agricultural college where we have cotton.
Okay, I might check that out. All right. I'll see you next week. Sure.
Diongo, you want to check out the cotton?
Did you just call me Diongo?
Yeah.
Just
So
I
for
don't know.
your answer, man, probably next October at the most foreseeable future anyway.
damn. Gonna be dead by that time.
You're a Pengo.
Both.
Hey, what's up?
Jesus Christ.
I'm not old.
Diego, I'm not saying on the podcast, but Diego said
The
your
one
age
you
earlier, and I
said-
was actually kind of shocked. Like, wow, I thought you were younger than
Don't worry.
Told my
Everyone
age
is
before.
shocked when they find out Pengu's age.
I mean, I will say your voice matches.
My voice has always been the same.
Okay.
And people used to like when my age has always been the same because people always thought I was older when I was younger.
Oh, okay. Yes, so
So I'm just timeless.
you are timeless. You are constantly in the present, some might say.
Not to humble brag.
All right, next.
Tumble
Tumbleblag? Excuse me?
That's what you use on Tumblr.
Tumbleblag.
Tumblr flag.
Oh, God. In a shonen anime where you're the main character, are you a hand-to-hand fighter or do you wield a weapon?
Weapon.
Weapon.
Hand-to-hand combat.
Sword or
can
whip
still
full,
involve
whip
a
always.
weapon.
What was that, Pinga?
Hand-to-hand combat can involve a weapon. They're not mutually exclusive.
Are you saying your hand is a weapon? Always?
Oh, I mean a weapon. You
Wait,
if two people fighting
wait.
with swords.
Listen to me. I
it's still
got
called
an
hand-to-hand.
idea. What if you could take off your hand and there was a knife underneath it?
Oh,
Sold.
no.
What if you had knife bodies and you could detach all your limbs and make them multi-tools?
Are they like USB drives or something?
Yeah!
I don't understand.
How useful would that be? You could get mugged and then you take off your hand, but it's actually a knife.
And then you can stab yourself because you're so sad that you got mugged. I don't understand.
Oh, shit. I couldn't help it. Sword. Not sword. Weapon always.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, God. I forgot about this question. Let's get a little lewd. Obviously, I'm a furry. Have you guys ever fapped to something you regret? Be honest, guys. I'm going to be boring and say no. Penga?
Huh?
No.
Diego? Yeah, okay, good. That's the end of that one.
What?
No,
Good
like,
question.
I remember I told you about that question, Diego. And you're like, no, I want to see Pengo's reaction to it.
What was the question? I forgot.
Have you ever fapped
You
to something
eating?
you regret?
Yes.
Okay. Sure.
Yes, you have, or yes, you're eating.
Why not both?
Why not?
Alright, let's move
on. And the last thing, it's not really a question. Oh, actually, no, it is a question
Mhm.
what I'm talking about. I was reading ahead. When will Diego do more Bloodborne or even some more dungeon adventures?
I'm sorry, Cosmo. Oh my god. Yeah, I went on a bit of a hiatus with my solo Bloodborne run. I did upload I released a video today, so hopefully you're watching it or something at some point. Chalice Dungeons is coming back because John is up to where we were
Yeah.
back when we were doing the Chalice Dungeons run.
I have
So
a lot of
expect that.
difficulty playing games twice.
So yeah, well, Chalice same here. That's why I've delayed the Bloodborne episode so much because it's not as fun anymore.
Yeah.
But I am committed.
Hey, at least that few weeks we had just talking back and forth.
But
about
yeah,
Bloodborne
Chalice
all the
Dungeons
time,
is
so-
definitely coming back. We're probably going to record on Saturday because
Saturday.
John said he's free.
I'm free
that
on
day?
Saturday, yeah. So,
Okay, so yeah, we'll record a bunch on Saturday because I mean, Chalice Dungeons are extremely fun to do. Like, let's be honest,
They
they're
are.
very, very fun.
they are. And we're on Central
So-
Themera, right?
Yes,
Okay, cool. I'm up to that.
so things are gonna start to get interesting. Let's just say that.
And his last bit is, I like John's Rocket League videos. Weekly content is cool. Thanks, buddy. I hope for your sake I get better at it. Anyway, that's it. Heart you guys. Cosmo. Thank you again, Cosmo. And your lengthy
Thanks,
emails.
Cosmo, for your unrestrained loyalty. I greatly appreciate the support.
Thanks, Cosmo.
Tell your friends. Tell your family.
And
Tell everybody.
And we have another email from Mr. Zato Raccoon. Zato is-
Zato's back! Yes!
Welcome back, Zato.
Hurricane people, person.
So that's the first thing he brings up in the email, Pingo. He has some beef.
Oh, no.
So you guys
What have I
can't
done?
call your fans skunk people because what if people have an aversion to such stinky animals? Maybe Weir Bros
That's
or
a bit
Weir
rude.
Gals would work better for fan names. Hey man, that's not on me. That's all Pingo.
Fine. I will just do mammalian people.
Doesn't really roll off the tongue that well, does it?
No.
Oh, either way,
Um,
you have been told. His question
you
is,
can still be a skunk person.
Wow,
even though
we're
you're
gonna have
raccoon.
some like fandom rivalry right now.
yeah,
It's not literal skunk people.
Don't fight, people. You're all great. Don't fight.
don't
Peace
you,
and love.
you can't stand in the middle of this.
Are there any questions?
Yes, there is. So, what anime character would you erase from history?
Naruto.
Wow, that was quick. Oh, jeez, man.
That way, that series would not exist.
And why don't you want it to exist?
Oh, I just really dislike it, man.
I mean-
Towards the manga, towards the end, just started pissing me off every time I read it, and I still kept
Oh,
going.
yeah,
'cause
that
I'm an
was-
idiot.
But you're dedicated to it. You were actually reading it. You weren't just watching the show.
I
wish
was
we had a
dedicated to it.
podcast.
I was committed to finishing it.
I wish we had a podcast
But
around
John
that era.
knows how pissed off it got me every week when I read it, and I would just go to John and just rant about it.
I was so excited. Like, I even
Oh,
read those
man.
last few chapters because I wanted to know when they came out so I could bring it up to Diego. He would read it and get angry about it. If only we had an anime podcast week by week in that era. Oh, it was wonderful. I loved it so much.
Oh god.
So me personally, the anime character I would erase from history because I can't really think of any anime characters I hate a lot. Is Shiro Emiya.
He's up.
Fucking stupid son of a bitch from Fate Stay Night.
People die when they are killed.
You know, like,
That's deep, man.
yeah, real deep.
Just because you're correct, it doesn't mean you're right.
Oh,
Well,
fucking.
Personally, I would erase Bulbasaur.
Okay. All right. He's the ugly one anyway.
He's the ugly one. Like, why does he have a fucking flower thing on his back? It doesn't make sense.
Hey, you should like him.
Bulbasaur.
He has solar energy. He's good for the environment.
Sloths have symbiotic relationships with algae that they have in
But
their
they can't
fur,
fire
and
sick
that's
ass
all
beams
right.
from their back.
They don't have a giant bulb thing on there. It doesn't make sense.
You racist
Just
against bulbs?
Get rid of them. Just, sometimes when you make 150 of something,
Don't you be
your
the
first
person.
attempt-
Don't you be the
your
person.
first attempt isn't the best. And
You know
should
what?
just
That is
scrap it.
a common. That is something that isn't said very often, and I thank you for that. Whereas everyone else a lot of people treat the original 150 like they are flawless, which is not correct either. So,
I was too old for Pokemon. I didn't.
just
Sorry,
looking at it
I was
objectively,
never sentimental about them.
like, it's people just being nostalgic. Like, people looking at those original Gen 1 Pokemon objectively, it's like, oh, they're really creative. Yeah, Mr. Mime. I wonder what he is.
I don't know. What is he? Lime?
How could you tell?
Is he?
Did you Google image it?
He's
I have to look him up now.
he's deviant human pretending to be a Pokemon just to get on with the lady Pokemons.
Yep,
Oh my god, that was one of the original Pokemon.
you read my fan fiction. So yeah, it's like I hate that.
Yeah, but in Japanese it was Barried.
What?
I like Charizard in Japanese. It's just Lizardon. Like it's Lizardon. I'm like, that sounds fucking cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Lizardon.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
Pretty good translating those
That
names.
sounds so cool. And Pikachu's just fucking Pikachu.
Yeah.
Pikachu. Pikachu.
What are you doing?
I don't know. All right.
And
so
Diego.
we've erased Bulbasaur. Great.
Yes.
Bro, I didn't know about the meme about Griffith, so you're off the hook. We good, G?
Yeah, man. Off the hook, G. Motherfucker. The hood. All G. All G.
All G?
All G. Totes G.
That's
All the
nice
Gs.
That's nice to see fans making up.
I'm not a fan. Actually, I am a fan. I like every video we make.
And that was the end of emails.
Hey, thanks for coming
Skunk
back, Zato.
And or
Love you, buddy.
And if
Question
you have questions
and
for
or other
us,
people.
you can email us at gmail@saltycast.com.
Gmail@thesaltycast.com.
In case you couldn't understand it the first time, or you could message us on Facebook or DM us on Twitter, or just at SuperWeebus, whatever your dealio is. And otherwise, we await next week's questions.
Or lastly, Facebook. Remember, Facebook.
I
is
said
a
Facebook.
thing. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, it skipped for you. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Abbott, for the beautiful internet you provide us.
I don't want to talk about that. There's several things in this world I don't want to talk about. One of them is the Tony Abbott government. Or politics in general.
Yeah, true. True. All right. That was the correspondence. Beautiful correspondence. I'm happy. All right. Super news.
That was some very interesting news. I did not know that.
You're right. Yeah.
Am I gonna have to take over here?
Super news. Oh dear.
Are you right
Oh, that just the timing was impeccable. God damn, I'm so childish sometimes. Anyway, super news. What the fuck? What did I do? What did
What's going on?
What did I do?
I
Let me
thought-
finish the.
I thought that start was super sloppy. I thought you were just
No.
laughing into the kazoo, so I started
No,
laughing
no, it
and
was
a
like a-
Coke was in my nose.
That's what it was.
Oh, God.
It was like a low start and then like a steady climb. Like,
I get you.
yeah. All right, just calm it down. Everyone breathe in. You're in a happy place.
Giggle, giggle, giggle.
New Apple TV can play games.
Right.
As of recent, there have been quite a few rumors and reports on the next Apple TV and how it will be handling games. Now, everything is out in the open, and in its current state, it's nothing to get excited about, unfortunately. The wireless remote allows users to navigate the system and be used as a game controller that has motion tracking capabilities, as demonstrated in the new Harmonix game Beat Sports, a rhythm-based minigame collection. Since the announcement, developer guidelines revealed that only the play button and touchpad on the remote control can be used as inputs. While there is support for more traditional controllers, the Apple developer guidelines highly discourage using them. Apple also announced that Transistor, Guitar Hero Live, Shadowmatic, and Multiplayer Crossy Road will be coming to the Apple TV.
I think that Guitar Hero Live is a big thing. Because, face it, it's fucking Guitar Hero, and the fact you can play it on your phone is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And Apple TV, I should say.
So what are they getting at with the Apple TV anyway? Like, why are they trying to tackle more game stuff?
I don't know. Maybe they're looking at stuff like the upcoming Razer box, the Roku box, like the Amazon Fire box.
Yeah, those are doing great, huh? In terms of games.
And that Amazon Fire box,
I mean-
from what I understand, is actually doing pretty well.
Oh, really?
I was looking at getting an Apple TV like 3 years ago. No, sorry, 2 years ago. But it was all like they were overdue to bring out a new one, so I waited, and it's been another 2.5 years or something, and they finally brought one out. But back then it was rumored that the next one would have games, because it's just an obvious progression that, well, they bring out another one, we want to have apps on it.
These would obviously be app games, though, right?
Well, yeah, I mean,
So it's basically like the Android consoles, then.
They have said that it is its own OS though, so it's not going to be tied directly into the iOS App Store and stuff like that.
Okay.
So
it should be a
stuff
little
that
bit more
appears
powerful
on
than
their
that.
app store, it will be worked on for the Apple TV.
for the
Okay.
TV OS, I think they call
Yeah,
it.
it's tvOS. Yeah.
TV
I'm
OS.
wondering about the Harmonix games that will need dedicated controllers, because they only support things that are made for iPhone or made for MFI. So they
Yeah,
say made for iPhone /iPod
Yeah.
/iPad /iTV. Yeah.
I think the best thing that comes out of this, in a way, because maybe this will be the only thing that happens to. But even then, even if they are discouraging the use of extended controllers, quote unquote, that they're promoting the Steel Series Apple TV controller that they're making for this thing, and it looks like a traditional controller.
Okay.
Which, hey, like, I have definitely thought several times, like, I'd rather play this iPhone game on my TV. Like, there have been plenty of games like that, like the Chaos Ring series, which I was able to play on TV eventually.
Right.
But it's like, I don't know, I can't get the feeling out of my head that all these games that will come to the Apple TV are just ports of already existing iPhone and iPad games.
Right, yeah, that's the same thought that I get as well. By the way,
it-
how
it-
good do the Apple TVs do, like in terms of sales?
I don't know. I heard the old Apple TV actually did pretty well, but then again, it was around so long that it dropped in price, so they were just cheap to
But
get.
people mostly use it for other media, right? Not for games.
Yeah, like
They're
streaming
definitely
music
promoting
and-
it for, as a TV box to
Yeah.
watch
Right,
TV.
It was a
okay,
Netflix
okay.
device,
Look at your
essentially.
photos. Yeah.
Right, okay, that makes sense.
So yeah,
The one of the limitations of games that they'll have to fit in 200 megabytes.
yeah.
And they cannot have local storage, so everything has to be saved on the cloud.
That would be bad for Australia.
That'd be bad for just developing a game that requires complex controls. Period.
That's-
yeah, I mean
yeah,
the 200 megabyte limit's pretty pretty small. So it's very much. I think they're going for a similar sort of market as like the Wii. The controller works a lot like a Wii with a
Yeah.
touch controls.
Yeah, just casual motiony games, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the
Oh,
Beat
and-
Sports thing is. Like, it's a lot of minigame collections that seems to harness like what the Apple TV controller can do, rather than actually being based around an actual traditional controller.
Okay, yeah, that's sounds-
There are some games they recommend to play with a traditional controller, but it's all playable throughout their through their whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't want to call it a controller because like
I mean, it is a controller, a type of controller.
yeah,
Of course,
like
it is.
like
Can't deny
I'd call the
that.
Wiimote a better game controller than this thing. Cause
Well, yeah, obviously.
like
But the
Wii
Wiimote
has
was
more
made for-
buttons.
True, yeah.
exactly,
Yeah,
and the
well-
layout looks a lot better.
Well, I mean, the layout is based on the original NES controller. You can tell just by looking at it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing with this. Like, only two. Oh, you read it out, but only two of those buttons, or only two of those inputs on that controller can be used for gaming. And there's 6 buttons on there, not including the touchpad. So
Yeah.
why is the other 2 buttons, 3 buttons not being used?
Well, obviously,
There's,
this.
like pause and menu and
Well, obviously, it's not going to be a
talk to
full
Siri.
gaming device. Obviously,
Yeah,
so
exactly. It's weird
It's
because
for other things. They're just including games in the formula now, but don't expect it to be a dedicated gaming
like
service.
this could be a small step that will help Apple sort of go further in this direction. But as it is right now,
I sure hope it does, because so many games come out for Apple devices anyway. So this could push for at least better quality, more core games to go into the systems.
yeah, I mean, if this helps Apple actually go into like the bigger overall games market, I'd be happy with that.
Yeah,
But it's like, and that's the
it's
way
a
like
step towards it, in my opinion.
that's
Anyway.
generally what Apple like tends to do anyway. Like, sure, there's been big jumps like introducing the iPod and MP3s and stuff like that. But it's like,
Yeah.
Their innovations generally tend to be small steps that just generally integrate to our everyday life anyway.
I mean, and the graphics hardware on this is fairly decent. I mean, it's the A8 chip, which was I can't remember what else it was in, and
Yeah.
it's a ridiculously cheap thing. I mean, it's $149 or $199 for the beefier model with more storage.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can't expect a lot, but I'm sure the graphics will look fairly decent.
then again-
for that price range, but yeah, it's not a gaming.
Then again,
thing,
if you're
but it
looking
allows
for a more gaming-oriented device similar to this one, just get a Vita TV.
Yeah, no.
Why not?
The Vita TV has a lot of issues as well. Like its backwards compatibility or its compatibility list is very small.
Yeah, but can it play Vita games straight up?
Like
a console?
Some Vita games.
Really?
Yeah, because there's some Vita games require the touchpads and stuff, and certain functions that aren't part of the controller.
Right, I forgot about that.
So there's like, if you
Yeah.
want to get a Vita TV, you have to have that knowledge beforehand. It's like, oh, I'm playing Metal Gear Solid. Well, guess what? Metal Gear Solid's not supported on the Vita TV.
Right.
It's like,
I forgot.
Yeah, that Vita TV could have been an awesome thing, but they fucked it up real bad.
I was surprised.
Can you use a PlayStation 4 controller on a Vita TV?
Yes.
Then wouldn't that work? I mean, the PS4 controller has a touchpad.
I mean, there's also real touchpad and stuff like that. And also, you can only do so much with a touchpad that doesn't have a screen on it. And in terms of like accuracy, I imagine that's another big thing.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
I was having a look at the other micro consoles that are out there, and I forgot that Ouya only launched 2 years ago.
Mhm.
And there's been a few things since then. Do you ever see the Game Stick?
No. Oh, wait.
No.
Yes, I do. It's like the small USB thing.
Yeah, it's like a little stick. That
Yeah.
sticks
Plugs straight into
your
TV.
head,
Yeah.
and it has a controller that comes with it. And I don't know whatever happened to that. I imagine it didn't go that amazingly.
Well, there's obviously a market there for it. Like all these big companies are going for it. But the
yeah,
problem,
but it's only a 2-year-old market practically.
yeah.
I mean,
like there's
so
just that
something-
it'll be
nobody's getting
interesting
it
to see what
right yet.
happens.
And like, there's obviously like, as much as I come off as like hating mobile games, like mobile games have fucking potential. Like the business is all there. That's where money's being made. It has a lot of potential to get bigger and better. But as it is,
Absolutely.
it's taken so
Absolutely.
many small steps. It's still as it is. It's like, I don't want to be involved in this thing. Like,
Yeah, I had a look at the Amazon Fire TV. I saw a lengthy presentation from Amazon themselves presented to game developers. And it's like, oh, great. So I'd love to develop for one of these. Where can I get one? They're not really available in Australia. You'll have to do some weird things to get one from the US.
yeah,
Like, I don't want to develop for a thing that people can't even buy here.
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Ah.
Just it's too exclusive.
So, and also, like, I really want these TV boxes to actually kick off and be good, because these TV boxes aren't set up an environment for people to not have fucking timers that block your gameplay experience. And this is not me just rattling off on game timers, because Metal Gear Solid 5 has game timers. That's fine, and they do that well. But the reason is because when I sit down to play a game with a controller in front of my TV, I'm sitting down for an experience, like a full experience, a long experience. Not when the game stops when it tells me to stop, when I need to spend more money.
Right. Yeah. That only works with mobiles because, well, you can just put it away or do something else.
And that's the thing. Whenever I play games on mobile, I have the same mentality as I do with playing every other game. So when I sit down to play a game, it's like, oh, I have to wait now. The same thing happened with Fallout
Right.
Shelter. Oh, you have to wait. Well, you can buy these things. Like, fuck off.
Yeah.
No,
I
I
Fallout
understand.
Shelter didn't actually let you buy anything to speed it up.
I mean, no, you can just buy
And
them
you could
life
buy
boxes in
stuff,
the
though.
meantime. Yeah.
But I just can now imagine that you'll have games on your TV where you'll be watching TV and there'll be a little pop-up in the corner saying, hey, your timer has reached something or other and you've filled up your whatever.
If that's
Why
what
don't you
happens
go
out of this
and
thing, I'm going
jump
to be
back into your
very disappointed.
and then you can play a game split screen
Like,
while you watch TV.
I've been playing mobile games a fair amount this week, but I've been playing a rhythm game called Citus. And the
Okay.
thing about the early, like, I've had an iPod Touch since late high school, so I've been like involved in the app development since not app development, the app store since like Tap Tap Revenge and all that kind of shit. So and the early app store stuff was very similar to the Xbox Live Arcade and the PSN store. It was like these very small arcade games that were full experience, like full experiences all on their own. They had their own thing. They were smaller than a AAA budget game, of course, but they did what they did well. And there was no point where it's like, oh, you have to stop playing now because you need to do this feature with money. It was like, no, if you wanted to pay for something, it came from additional content like extra songs or extra skins, or maybe the game's you're playing a demo and you want the full game, you pay it for like $3. Like, that's how it worked, and I love that model because that's how I like games. I hate a game telling me to stop when I can't proceed anymore without spending money. I'd rather spend $2 up front.
The thing, I mean,
yeah, it throws you off
obviously
the rhythm.
Yeah,
found the models that make them the most money.
yeah, exactly.
But
That's what I'm saying.
It's also the frustrating thing as a developer is you're trying to make you want as many people as possible to try out your game. If you make it a demo, people don't like playing a demo. They want
yeah.
an actual game.
Yeah.
So you're like, well, I'm going to make it free, or people aren't ever going to see it. But then, what model do you use? I mean, Crossy Road
Crossy's Road's model
successful.
is excellent.
And that's a great model where you just pay for cosmetic upgrades for the most part.
And also like ad supported. Like, I'm perfectly fine with ad supported games. That is fine.
Mm.
Like, I mean, I didn't particularly like Flappy Bird, and those ads got annoying, but that being said, it was fucking Flappy Bird. You had like 20-second runs.
But ads don't make a lot of money unless you're a Flappy Bird that gets ridiculously
Yeah, yeah.
popular.
Mhm.
I mean,
Developers aren't.
yeah.
Unless it's
Yeah, like there's obviously business realities of it, but like that's what I'm saying. Until like these set-top boxes make this jump to be their own thing instead of being stuck into like this mobile business this mobile business model, I have no interest in it whatsoever.
it'll be interesting to see what sort of models. I mean, Ouya had an interesting model where the whole thing was that you had to make the games free, have free demos or something. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
believe-
There was some
I
kind of
believe it
incentive
was-
for it, yes.
Yeah, I think in order to sell your Ouya games, they had to at least have a demo that was playable.
And it was also an Android-based console which had the Dreamcast problem of it was extremely easy to pirate, like shit on it. Like it's same with the iPhone. Like if people really wanted to go out of their way to get free games, like they could just Google how to do this and get a result within the two top answers.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's one good thing about Apple is, I mean, in one way is they lock things down. So I think the Apple TV 2, like the old version of it, was actually quite sought after because you could actually jailbreak it
Hmm.
and do more interesting things with it.
So with Apple locking things down, that's also a double-edged sword because Apple screams to me as a games publisher that is out of touch.
I mean, they've been doing it for long enough with devices, so
No, just
with
in terms of
other
like
devices.
they are so focused on keeping a good like public image that they do often drastic draconian shit to their entire games like division of their app store that it's like circumvents everything they built up for it. Like this shit around that went around the Confederate flag. That being said, I don't know what the fuck happened to the Confederate flag.
They did reverse that afterwards, I think.
But that being said, they were fucking. That's Apple. That's happened to Apple
yeah,
several
they-
times.
they
They're
have that-
fucking trigger happy.
They have that power to do that. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's like,
to say, hey,
and they
you
aren't
know,
afraid
It's
to
just
exercise.
It's just that Apple is very vanilla when it comes to all those things. They just want to.
Well-
They're like the nice company that's all just perfect and nice and.
Well, they're a giant public company. They have to be that.
Yeah, they
Yeah, exactly.
They just want to
exactly.
take their 30% and be happy. That's
Yep.
So I don't think they're pushing developers one way or another particularly. I mean,
No,
you
it's
might
just
have
the
odd-
control they have to circumvent
little thing
everything they're
like that.
building up.
Yeah,
And that's the thing.
absolutely.
Like,
And, yeah.
they have all these like you see it on the App Store all the time. They have all these editors to be like, oh yeah, these are our top picks of the week, and shit like Lara Croft Go and like decent games like I like on there actually get featured a lot, which is awesome. Monument Valley, another awesome game that got featured a lot.
But yeah, they make or break games with their features.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But it's like, at least there's something there for it. Whereas like in the early App Store days, there wasn't that. It was just, oh, here's what's being downloaded the most. And hey, whatever. And even with all that shit there to try highlight these games, because they even had the, pay once and play forever promotion, which sort of showed off the other games like threes or whatever. And you can tell I'm saying whatever because I don't know much about the mobile games because I can't be bothered keeping up with it. But yeah, and there's stuff like that. It doesn't matter because like if Apple can just go, no, this doesn't suit our public image, they can just rip it apart. Like, and they don't want to let it go and
Reminds me
grow
of
on its own.
that. That reminds me of that GTA 5 Target controversy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of the same thing, really. It's just to preserve a public image instead of pushing the boundaries with actual good products.
Exactly. And it's the thing that's got potential. Like what they have has got a lot of potential. There's good shit on that app store.
Absolutely, absolutely. That is
I mean,
undeniable.
Other than not allowing pornography, I haven't seen any major issues with their policies. I mean, I've heard developers get frustrated at the process taking a long time. That's been a major thing, but that I haven't heard that for quite a while. I think they've improved. So I don't know. I think that
Yeah.
they're not the sorts of games that you'd expect to find on Steam.
No, you're correct. I mean,
a
actually,
different-
they are the
it's a
type of
different
games you'd
market
expect to
anyway,
find on Steam
but-
because fucking everything is ported through Greenlight nowadays.
Yeah, well,
Which baffles me. Yeah, I just hope this grows into something good because I honestly don't trust Apple with it at all. I at least kind of trusted Amazon because they had the smarts to pick up double helix.
Amazon do everything basically. So
And I don't have a giant outlook on Amazon either. Like they fucked up Comixology beyond belief.
the Amazon Fire TV, which is very similar to this Apple's TV thing. Actually, the big difference is they had a Amazon game controller which looked just like a Xbox controller
Yeah.
as an optional thing that they were making and they were pushing. That was part of the thing.
I haven't really
Whereas,
heard much about it. Do you know if it's good?
It seems fine, but I don't know how well it's taken off
Okay.
because it's not available in
Well,
Australia.
I
don't know if
haven't
is
heard of
yet.
it. So like I knew of Amazon
Yeah.
Fire, but I didn't know how it's going.
Yeah, I've got no idea because I don't think it's available in Australia still.
And that's kind of the disappointing thing. When I heard that, there's this controller they're making that has some kind of touch interface and tactile buttons. I'm like, okay, so Apple's actually going to go in on this. No, it is another half-ass, like, little step forward, like a safe step forward. And there's like, that's just because I got suckered into this report too much, like these rumors too much. But that is fucking disappointing, man.
I'm not. I mean, I think it's pretty much what I would expect. They're not trying to become a
Yeah.
No, they're
hardcore
not.
game console.
Yeah.
But it's like that's
So
what I feel
it's-
like these
hey, here's-
little boxes
here's a-
need.
Their market is a completely different market. They
Yeah,
they haven't actually tried investing in the gaming market for real
It's
yet.
disappointing, man.
I reckon there'll be some great games for it. It'll just be it's similar to a Wii. Like the controller's like a Wii with a touchpad.
Yeah, but it's more limited than that, though.
It doesn't have as many buttons and things. that has an accelerometer and gyroscope, and
So,
you can wave it around
I
and
will
you can
see.
press a button.
so that
So,
the
you know,
app limit's 200 meg, right?
yeah,
That's fucking ridiculous. I
Yeah,
download
that
iPhone
is
games that
quite
are way
limited.
more than 200 meg.
yeah, that's quite limited.
Like, I'm trying to find.
Oh well.
Maybe there'll be series of games where you have a
Episodic
episodic
games. Here it
iPhone
goes.
games. Are you fucking
just,
kidding me?
just to get around the limit.
I thought I was the bad idea guy.
I can come up with many great bad ideas.
Please don't.
Moving on. Dark Souls 3
Sorry.
is gaming...
I was checking like the apps, like the average apps I have installed.
Okay.
Hearthstone is 1.3.
Gigabytes.
Yeah,
Well, there you go. Done and done.
it's like
Game over.
like card games like that or basic card games like that. If they can't,
So it'll just get split up over 7 apps. That's fine.
Hearthstone Mini coming out now.
Destiny Companion app coming to your Apple TV.
Yeah.
Ah, it's just gonna be a bunch of companion apps. Anyway, Dark Souls 3 is Game Informer's cover game for September, returning features detailed. Game Informer's latest coverage of Dark Souls 3 shows that the game will be bringing several features back from not only the Dark Souls franchise, but Demon's Souls and Bloodborne as well. Game Informer will be covering the game for the entire month of September, so go to their site for more details. The fast travel system from Dark Souls 2 will be returning, which means players will be able to fast travel from the start of the game. Miyazaki wants the experience convenient.
To be convenient, sorry.
Yeah, I thought it was. Miyazaki doesn't want to commit to saying that the Soul Vessel will return, but there will be some way for players to respect their stats.
Respec, sorry. God damn it, that autocorrect.
Respect?
Respec.
Oh, respect. Yeah, change the stats as they want.
Yeah.
So they can change builds without having to start all over again. I'm not sure if the same sort of item will be implemented, but there will be a method for players to reassign souls, Miyazaki says. New Game Plus will be similar to Dark Souls 2 in the sense that New Game Plus will feature changed enemy locations, new weapons and items. However, bonfire aesthetics will not be returning. Oh, interesting. Okay. Durability in Dark Souls 3 will be somewhere in the middle between Dark Souls 1 and 2. We're still tuning the balance, but I personally think that the weapons in Dark Souls 2 break a little too easily. This was implemented intending for players to try out many types of weapons, but even so, I felt they broke too easily. However, in Dark Souls 1, they didn't break enough, and so I'm hoping to find a good balance for Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3 will have the usual summoning system. The belt system from Bloodborne will not be used and will use soul level for matching, not soul memory. Miyazaki also stated that players won't be locked behind consumable items for invasion. They will be able to do so whenever they wish. Hidden walls will work like they did in Dark Souls 1 and react to attacks instead of players scouring through zones, tapping the interact button, which is what I did a lot.
Yeah.
This is due to my thinking behind this type of feature. Miyazaki says, I like to have coincidences happen during battles or accidental reveals due to swinging weapons around, randomly shooting arrows. I want to implement this sort of surprise discovery in a natural way when playing the game. Yeah, that makes sense. I remember just tapping the X button continuously on like vastly empty rooms because
Yeah.
I was thinking, okay, this room seems way too suspicious. There must be something in these.
Yeah.
In these walls.
Yeah. And like you were trained from that in Dark Souls 1 as well. There was a lot of shit like that.
Yeah, but in Dark Souls 1 it was more hitting suspicious walls.
Yeah. Oh.
So like just one tap and yeah, you're done. But in Dark Souls 2, I would just go around. I would circle the room, tapping the X.
Yeah.
I remember that one place against the 3 Sentinels. That place had so many hidden doors when I came back to it.
Did it?
Yeah, so many. I just tapped the X button everywhere and there were so many doors.
I hate games that do that, where you have, there's
Yeah, 'cause
something
it-
hidden, and then suddenly you're tapping this button constantly.
Yeah, it breaks the immersion. It makes you feel like you're doing a chore. It's like, oh yeah, there must be something good here. Like next one, and then you find like a goddamn herb. It's like, oh yeah, thanks.
So I didn't finish the story. But Game Informer also wrote up an article about how magic is going to be changing.
Oh yeah, the mana
So
bars
the
are going to be
mana bar
implemented.
from Demon's Souls is coming back. And also that the regular like type of magic is going to be coming back. So spells that people know and love but they're going to be changing how they act. So the spells more like the spells you use have different strategies to them, and kind of like weapons, like they have a different way to be used instead of just
Interesting.
another way to implement damage. They're going to have like different movement, like in how they interact with enemies and shit like that.
Because the system I'm used to is based on numbers.
Yeah.
You just have a set amount of spells that you can use, and once that's done, you got to recharge on the bonfire.
Yeah, it in a way they're making the game a lot more Bloodborne in the way they're giving you more ways to react to enemies.
Yeah. I welcome that. I thought that was good.
Yeah,
I like
that was the fun part of Bloodborne.
system.
Like, it was a lot more reactionary. Even though I like the aggressive style more than Dark Souls.
Yeah, well, Dark Souls 3 has a bit of a.
It looks very fast.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, even like I remember looking at that gameplay trailer.
Oh man, it looks so
with that
good.
knight, and that knight was bouncing around everywhere. Even though he was wearing heavy armor, normally you would see that kind of movement only with like leather armor people or very lightly armored characters.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering how equipment encumbrance is going to work in Dark Souls 3.
I'm honestly,
It seems to be way more lenient than it ever used to be.
I'm honestly worried about Dark Souls 3 because I like Bloodborne more than Dark Souls 1.
I know that, yes.
And I
like Dark Souls 1 more than Bloodborne.
I know. And I like Dark Souls 1 a lot. Didn't really care for Dark Souls 2. And I find that I really like the aggressive style a lot more. And that's like going back to what I was saying during correspondence. I like being a more nimble character than a clunky one. And that's and that's all Bloodborne was. And I really like that. So I'm worried. I'm super worried that I'm not going to like Dark Souls 3.
I think you will enjoy it because if you enjoyed Dark Souls 1, which was the slowest game out of all these like dark games, because Bloodborne being the fastest and Dark Souls 1 I think is being the slowest. I think you're gonna like Dark Souls 3 because in my opinion, Dark Souls 3 is like an in-between of Dark Souls 2 and
Bloodborne?
Bloodborne, yeah.
That's what the way it's seeming anyway. And the visuals are absolutely beautiful. Wow. Like I definitely want to explore that world, whereas in Dark Souls 2, like within the first 20 minutes, I'm like,
What I'm wondering is what's going to be the excuse of the character this time. Like, what are they set out to do? Because normally you have like a impending sense of what you have to do.
Yeah.
Like they tell you, oh yeah, you need to like they vaguely tell you, oh yeah, just ring 2 bells in Dark Souls 1, or just gather as many souls in Dark Souls 2.
Well, Dark Souls 2 also had like the thing of that you weren't supposed to know what you're doing because that was kind of the theme around it. Like you were kind of losing yourself. Yeah. And that was kind of the thing that just kept you going anyway. So just keep going to find out what the fuck's happening.
Well, yeah, no, but the main purpose of that game was to get the biggest souls in the game. So that was just like, okay, just go kill the bosses then. That makes sense, okay. I still feel like Dark Souls 1 did it better in terms of story anyway. That the whole 2 bells thing, that was very...
See, I also...
a very eclectic experience, to say the least.
I also really hold Bloodborne close to my heart now as well because, that was the first Souls game, even though it's not named title as such.
No, but I mean,
people
think of it as such anyway.
It's the same thing. It was the first Souls game where I had kind of a community experience in a way. Like, I was actively talking to somebody about what we were discovering and like theories about what's happening.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, we're having that now with Metal Gear.
Exactly.
Well.
And like, that's what you had with Kevin during Dark Souls 1. Like, I did not have any of that during Dark Souls 1. But I had that in Bloodborne and I love it all the more for it. Which is why Game of the Year is going to be difficult because I wonder if I like Bloodborne more because of the social interaction I had because of it, or the actual game itself is better than games like Witcher 3 or Metal Gear.
You know, I feel like the social aspect of a game is still a valid reason to put it above something else though. Because, yeah, I mean, experiencing a game by yourself is all fine and dandy, but the fact that the game compels you to talk about it more and like exchange theories and stuff, that it makes you that excited. I think that's something to be said about a game that makes you go just above and beyond just playing the game itself.
Yeah, it is something to consider though, is what I'm saying. It's not like, this doesn't matter. It's like, well, it does kind of matter.
It does. I think it does matter completely.
Dark Souls 3 March. Before we got what?
Especially with Souls game being so story driven, but in such an ambiguous way, like they never tell you anything. It's very enigmatic.
It's so cool.
so the community makes the game make sense later on.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can't deny that the community is a powerful thing in Souls games.
It was really vindicating to watch Vardy Vidya's video and see a lot of our theories like coincide with it.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Like the whole God Killer
Yeah.
thing. I think that was the best part, really.
It was awesome. It was a good feeling. Oh man, Bloodborne is so good. It's so good.
It is good.
Mm.
The only reason I'm struggling with it now is because I've kind of seen all that I've seen.
Yeah. The only thing keeping me through Bloodborne right now, well, until we can do Chalice Dungeons again, was doing the extra bosses.
Right, yeah. When I go against Logarius and go to that weird castle thing with that lady, the Vile Bloods, I think it was.
Oh yeah, the Logarius. Yeah, that's the same.
Yeah, I
that's the same
haven't.
place.
I haven't seen any of them places yet.
Have you seen the
so-
choir where Ebrietas is?
No, I haven't seen that either.
It's
So
a
I got
very cool area.
I am hoping to see all those places in my playthrough, so at least I can see some new things in my Let's Play series.
That's what kept me going through the game. Yeah,
Yeah.
but otherwise, do we have any?
Otherwise,
else?
I think that's the end of the podcast. Unless you have something else to add, Mr. Pengle.
Nope.
All right then. Well, that was the Salty Cast episode 31. I hope you enjoyed it. What the hell? What's wrong?
Nothing.
I hope you enjoyed it, and it was salty enough, or no? I don't know. I've never said that.
Did we spill enough
Anyway.
salt? That sounded like it.
Anyway, you can find our content in our main content in YouTube channel, superweirdbros.com. The Saltycast, you can find that in thissaltycast.com, which is, if you're watching it on YouTube, you might want to check that out. There's a bunch of episodes that you probably have not listened to in Podbean. Go check them out. Also, rate us on iTunes, please. Pretty please, that would be cool. Twitter, @superweeb. Messages, whatever, or like messages for questions about the podcast. You can do that too there. Facebook, Super Weird Bros. Like the page if you want. If not, don't. What else? Oh yeah,
That's so
Pengo, your Twitter.
My Twitter, twitter.com/Peter_Halaz, HALASZ.
Well, I don't want to make people do things they don't want to do. If they want to like it, they like it. If they don't, well, don't, you know?
I'm glad there's no option to dislike.
I'm not.
Just go
Yeah.
dislike all our videos, fine.
I mean, it's, did you know that putting thumbs down is better than not putting any thumbs at
Yeah,
all?
I saw, well, I didn't see, I'm plugging Giant Bomb again, God damn it. But Giant Bomb had a panel at PAX, and one of their former employees, Patrick Klepek, apparently was looking into a story about two different Dishonored speedrunners, pretty much just having dislike bots war against each other to get higher YouTube rankings over each other. And I want to see the result of that eventually.
But yeah, so people, a favor, if you could like or dislike our videos. So just give them a thumb. Doesn't matter if it's up or down. Roman style. You decide. Leave comments. Comments are good. I like comments. I reply to all comments, by the way, because I mean we don't get many, so we can't afford to do that.
Did you reply to that guy on your APB videos asking you to play with him?
I don't remember.
Because he's
did I?
asked like twice.
Yeah, see that. I don't know how would I reply to that? What do I say?
I don't know. He put it on a Rocket League video once. I'm like, dude, I'm not the guy.
Oh yeah, I said wrong video, bud.
No, did you say that one?
Yeah, I said that wrong video. Anyway,
Yeah.
that was it. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye, skunk and non-skunk people.
Hey, look at you bringing the diversity to the podcast.
Bye,
But mostly skunk people.
Yeah, and bye bees. Bee.
Bye, M's.
I don't actually know what they meant in Lucky Star when they say bye bee.
Is that what that's
Well,
from?
it's not. No, yeah, it's from Lucky Star.
Oh.
Well, they say it in Japanese as bye ni. So bye ni, but in the subtitles it said bye bee. So I'm guessing it's like the actual bug, the bee. So goodbye,
Maybe
bee
it
people.
was just a case of all according to Keikaku. Keikaku means plan. It was just subtitle as being stupid.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, but that's where I get the bye bee from.
Bye, boo.
Lucky Star. Anyway, yeah, that's Bybee. Anyway.
There you go. That can be the outro of the podcast. You explaining what the fuck Bybee means.
I explained that in the podcast before, though.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's been a long
Before
31
I
weeks.
understood
31 weeks. We've been doing this podcast for a while. Huh?
Uh-huh.
That's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.